Welcome to the tutorial series of Blossom. In the previous video, we saw how to use the Blossom development environment to build a simple word count task in Java using a Jupyter notebook. In this video, we will see how easily we can extend the word count application and execute it in any underlying processing platform by changing just a single line of code. So let's start. First, we need to make sure that the Docker daemon is up and running. Here I have it already started. Then we pull the latest image from the BDE GitHub repository using the docker pull command. Once this is done, we just need to run the image. We then copy this Jupyter notebook URL into our browser and we have the Jupyter notebooks to work. For this video, we will use again the word count example with the Scala API of Blossom. So first we need to prepare all the dependencies that Blossom needs and import these dependencies together with the required classes. Now that we imported the required dependencies and classes, we define a word count function that receives as input a Wayang context. Based on the plan builder, we define the sequence of operators required for the word count task. Now we want to execute this task on Java. We then simply have to define a new Wayang context with Java as a plugin and call the word count function with this context as input. And we get the results back from the Java execution. Now we want to run word count again, but in Spark. This can be done very easily in Blossom with Wayang. So we just have to first import the Spark module dependencies. Once all the dependencies have been imported, we just need to import the Spark class of Wayang and define a new Wayang context with Spark as the basic plugin. Then we simply call the word count function with the new context as input. And as you can see now, the word count is running in Spark. And here we have the results. Now we can do exactly the same without changing any line of code in the word count function and just execute it in Fling. So the thing we have to do is import the dependencies and the class and just define a new Wayang context with Fling now as the basic plugin. We call the word count and we get the results. Now, as you can see, without Blossom, one would have to implement 3 times the same application for 3 different systems.